Next is, hey fellas, what sort of value do you see in a set of Twitter, Facebook accounts in the geographic area of my client that are used via IFTTT to retweet, share items coming from that client and probably other area businesses so as not to look suspicious? Yeah, I mean, it may help. I don't know. I just don't go through all that trouble. It may. I, I mean, I think social signals from real accounts where there's real activity that generate traffic, so click-throughs back to the target URL, not just these. I don't think just the sharing. I don't know. I haven't done any testing on this, like specific testing on social signals in several years now, many years now, probably 5 years. But traffic, referral traffic from social networks is very powerful for SEO. So if you had real people engaging with those profiles or pages or whatever it is that you're trying to set up on them social accounts, where there's real people engaging with that, even if it was automated on your end, but other people were engaging with the automated content, which can happen. And then they were actually clicking through to some of the posts that were being shared to those, you know, the links that were being shared and that kind of stuff. That can have an absolute effect. There's no question. I don't know, and I may be wrong, but I don't know that just social signals in and of themselves produce any results anymore towards SEO at all. But real active engaged accounts that share URLs on those accounts will get clicks from real people, and that does help because it's referral traffic. So I don't know. Do you have any different data than that, Marco?
No, I don't.
So it depends on what you're doing then, really. I mean, if you, like, here's an example. We were talking about with Damon Nelson's RSS Smasher technology, which can build these beautiful automated auto blog type sites that will start to generate real traffic, because a lot of them are like news sites. And we've got something that, you know, we're working with somebody that we're going to be bringing, perhaps bringing to you guys' attention in the coming weeks or months. We're starting to test with it now, actually, but it's something very similar, or where RSS Masher could complement it. But my point is creating like these traffic generating sites that have relevant content, either by topic or by location, that can be used to drive real traffic back to you know, our own properties, our own assets that we're trying to rank, or clients or whatever. And you know, if you have built these sites that start to generate traffic and they start pushing clicks, then that's very valuable. So it's the same thing with social media accounts. Even if you automate it in some way, shape, or form, as long as people are engaging with the content that is being generated by that profile or that page or that account, whatever, then I think there's value to it. But it's, you know, how much trouble going through to set all that up. That's why I typically just don't do it. Okay.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing. Google said that it doesn't take a look at social signals. Okay. And this is where we have to separate the bullshit from what's fact. What are they really saying? It could be true that they don't pay attention to the social signal itself, or a social signal as whatever that concept could possibly mean. What Google pays attention to is a link, because guess what? Everything in Google, the foundational principles in Google are links. Everything is built around links. The bot cannot get the variables that it needs for the algorithms unless it travels, and travel in quotes, unless it goes through a link from one server to another. That's what's happening, guys. Let's look at this the way that you're supposed to look at it. Let's look at this as I always tell people, scientists, and what's actually happening. Google is sending a signal from its server to another server through a link, a hyperlink. It's an HTML hyperlink. It's going through an IP, whatever it's going through. It's going to that server, and it's looking for something specific. It could be that it's going to a social media property, whatever the hell it is that it's going to. It's been coded to pick up, let's not call it signals. Let's call it donuts. It's been coded to pick up donuts through those links. And it's been coded to look at brown donuts, white donuts, jelly donuts, whatever, chocolate covered donuts, whatever you want to call it. All right. And if it finds those, it brings them back and tells Google, hey, I found, and fills in on the variables, hey, I found these. Now let's go back. Instead of donuts, let's just call it, they looked at the link and they saw a person click on the link. The person clicked on the link and they went to your website. They went to your Google's following this. They went to your website and they filled out a contact form. You think that isn't going to trigger any part of Google at all? You think that's not going to matter? Call it whatever you want. Call it fuck Google, like I always say. Right? Might as well say it. Say it. Call it what you want. But Google is seeing that whole client transaction from beginning to end. And do you really think that doesn't make a difference when Google sees that transaction take place from beginning to end? Looking at everything, especially in YouTube and in Google Ads, because we know that Google pays special attention to the people that they send you. Do you really believe that these don't matter? Call it what you want. Let's not call it social signal. Call it anything you want. We know from our testing, from everything we do, from everything that we've been covering, from all of our client work, from all of our businesses, guys, you got to understand that we're not just semantic mastery. Like Marco isn't just semantic mastery. I have businesses. I have other businesses that I run. I have clients that I work with. I have so many other things that I'm into. I don't know how I have time in the day to do them all. But this is semantic mastery is just a small part of what I do. But everything that we show in semantic mastery, everything that we give you, Hump Day Hangouts, Heavy Hitter Club, the free SEO group and Facebook, every bit of information that we share has been tested, because I'm not going to risk my businesses. I am not going to risk my clients' businesses on theory. We go, we set up the theory, we formulate the hypothesis, we ask the question, we go out and we use the scientific method. It's very simple. And then we bring back the information that we say, we know that Google is tracking that person. Why in the world would there be a pixel otherwise?
Sweet. All right, so the last is not really a, well, I guess it is a question. Aaron comes back, is replying to his previous comment about a competitor, not trying to be whiny, but when people are deceptive, it makes it bad for all of us. If a business doesn't have a real address, shouldn't they be an SAB? Yeah, no, I agree, Aaron. And here's the thing. If you're talking about a storefront type of business that is using a fake address, then I wouldn't, I mean, maybe I'm wrong here, but I would think that it would get reported by a pissed off customer who went to Google Maps to try to go to the storefront business and they go to a building that's empty, if that makes sense. So I've always talked about, if you're going to do spammed Google Maps listings, that you should only be doing service area address type, or excuse me, service area business type of Google Maps listings, because, you know, like a contractor, a plumber that goes to other people's, you know, to people's homes or build or offices or whatever to do plumbing work, they can hide their address. So nobody's going to be clicking driving directions. So I don't know, Aaron, if you're talking about a service area type of business where customers should be going to the location, then I would expect it to be terminated rather quickly, because people, pissed off customers would report it. Unless it's one of those odd situations where it can be a service area business and a local business or storefront business. And then if that's the case where primarily it's a service area business, then that, you know, might be able to get away with it. So I don't know. Again, I still don't do it. I still don't report other listings. I don't negative SEO. I just don't do it. Again, to me, it's a karma thing, and I just don't want to invite that into my life. Even though I've had it happen to me in the past, I've never felt vengeful enough to want to do it to others. That's just my opinion. So again, you're entitled to yours, and I'm not knocking you for saying that you want to report it. Fucking report it then. You know, that's on you, buddy. And I'm not knocking you for it. I'm just telling you I wouldn't want to do it myself. That's all I'm saying. Any follow-up comments to that, Marco?
Karma's a bitch. Call it what you will. Anything that you do can and will come back to men. Look, go and power up your shit. That's my recommendation. You do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, you're a grown person. I can't tell you what to do. But I definitely would not report shit. I would just go get rid of it. Outpower. That's what you do. Not negative. Yeah. Never, ever. I've never, ever done. I've come really close. Someone pissed me off. Someone pissed me off that much where I was gonna blast him and make him appear for like some porn term. But then you take a breath and you say, okay, it's okay. Let's just move on and make money.
Yeah, I agree.
All of that energy can be spent making money.
So again, Aaron, good questions. But yeah, you know, you could encourage a pissed off customer to report them. I don't know. All right.